Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, June 13th, 2022. Fire potential impacts for the next few days are shown here. For today, we're still experiencing some strong gusty dry winds out ahead of the cold front in far southern Nevada, southern and southeast Utah. But behind the front, we have quickly advancing cool and a cool moist air mass with some showers moving into mainly northern and central Utah today with some lingering showers over Idaho. On Tuesday, the showers will decrease, but we'll have cooler temperatures across much of the northern two-thirds of the Great Basin with some continuing dry, breezy winds over the south. And then on Wednesday, the winds really lighten up and temperatures will begin to increase across the area. Over the past 24 hours, we have seen a fair amount of precipitation over Idaho, especially over the southern portions of the state, and we have a band of showers moving through northern Utah today, and some lightning associated with some of those showers as well. Fire activity has been fairly light through the weekend, especially considering the strong winds and hot, dry conditions that we had. A few initial attack fires over the southern Great Basin and a few up further north, but none of these fires became very large. Precipitation for the past 14 days is shown here with the observed amounts on the left and the percent of normal on the right. Continuing to show the same trend, which is near to above normal precip over Idaho. Some pockets of above normal precip over northern Nevada and even northern Utah, and very dry signal over southern Nevada and southern Utah. ERCs have been on the upward trend over the past week or so with the very hot and dry air mass that we had in place last week. So ERCs are shown here for northeast Nevada, really rapidly increasing between the average line and the historical maximums for the time of year. And over southern Utah and the Arizona Strip, those values have been above normal for quite some time, but they did increase closer to that 90th percentile over the weekend. This morning's satellite imagery is showing that trough moving through the Pacific Northwest and into the northern half of the Great Basin today, bringing that cold front through, continuing to sweep through northern and central Utah today with cooler, more moist air behind it. We'll continue to see this trough in place across the basin tomorrow before it moves out. So for today, we're still seeing this trough dominating the weather pattern, sending that cold front through the Great Basin, but ahead of that front, we still have very warm, dry, breezy conditions over southern and southeast Utah. And we have issued high-risk triggers for those winds. So probability of precipitation shown here, expecting precip to continue over the central Idaho mountains, western Wyoming, and then a pretty good little front of showers moving through northern and central Utah today. And the winds are very strong over southern and southeast Utah with gusts up to 50 to 55 miles an hour in some cases there in the far southeast corner of the state. By Tuesday, that low lifts off to the north and east, decreasing the winds across much of the area. We don't have any high risk issued for Tuesday, and temperatures will start to increase slightly as that trough moves off to the north. So temperatures will be in the 60s across Idaho, 70s over much of northern Nevada and northern Utah, and warmer down south. We still will see some breezy winds over Idaho and northern Nevada, but relative humidity will still be high enough not to be too worried about those winds. By Wednesday, the ridge will begin to rebuild into the Great Basin for warming temperatures region-wide, and our winds really lighten up area-wide as well. Minimum relative humidity shown here on the left will be back into the single digits for most of central and southern Nevada and many of the lower elevations of Utah, and the winds lighten up quite a bit here on the right across the Great Basin. 3-day precip totals are shown here. This just is showing the precip that we are expecting today over Idaho, western Wyoming, and northern and central Utah as that band moves through there. On Thursday, the winds will still be out of the southwest with a high pressure ridge to the south and east for warming area-wide. No high risk triggers have been issued for Thursday. And then on Friday, we see this low dropping further south along the California coast. It will actually increase southerly flow over the eastern Great Basin, bringing some southerly moisture up into Utah for an increasing chance for some showers and thunderstorms. That threat will continue into Saturday. Saturday will actually be the day we'll probably see some of these storms transitioning to a wetter type of storm. We'll actually see our dryness levels decreasing over Utah with this increased moisture, kind of a pre-monsoon surge up into the basin ahead of this low moving into western Nevada. And then that trend continues on Sunday with the low centered there over northern Nevada, keeping some moisture in place over central and eastern Utah. Drier across southern Nevada, but some cooler temperatures will also be moving in to the north and west with that low. 7-day precip totals are shown here. A pretty good surge of moisture for this kind of pre-monsoon surge up into Utah, starting in that Friday to Saturday time frame. So we will be looking for this. This could have impacts on our fire potential. Certainly if we see any thunderstorms on the initial surge of moisture, some of those could be on the drier side and something to watch for fire starts. But this is a multi-day event, and so we should expect fire danger to decrease somewhat as the moisture moves into areas that have not seen any precipitation for quite a while, specifically southern Utah, the Arizona Strip, and portions of southeast Utah as well. So we'll see how this guy plays out. The extended forecast, June 20th through the 26th, continues to put a cooler signal along the west coast and especially the Pacific Northwest, and then we'll see a drier pattern come to the northern Great Basin. But we expect to see the monsoons starting to kick in, or a pre-monsoon anyway, continuing over the southwest. And this concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.